Hi ladies, it's Valerie. Hope you're all doing well. It is Monday, November 28th. I have been wanting to do a vlog for a couple of days now. Hopefully I'll be able to keep on task. I've got a list of things that I want to talk about. First of all, I'm in my 2-week wait, I believe. Many of you saw my video. I got a positive ovulation test that came back on cycle day 15 and cycle day 16, which was last Thursday and Friday. So happy Thanksgiving via positive OPK for me. That was exciting. I've never ovulated that early that I know of. So I'll give you some background for this cycle. I've been really positive since the beginning. I don't know why. I've just felt like this could be our cycle, and I think the reason why is because there's no reason for it not to be. We are doing everything we absolutely can, and I was having a really bad week during my Clomid week, and I was so depressed, you guys. I was literally like in one of the stalls in my work, and I was just crying, and I was just like, I don't want to be this way. I'm not choosing to be this way, but I feel this way, and that's really difficult to deal with. And I went home that night, and I don't know, I just had to shift my thinking. And again, I know a lot of it's hormonal, but I was just like, I can't, I have to shift my thinking. I have to be positive. I know the power of positivity is huge, and with everything else that we're doing with the cycle, being negative is the last thing that I need to do. So even on the days and the times where it's difficult, I'm absolutely being as positive as I can. So just to recap the cycle first, I do feel like this is our cycle. I'm really excited, and I know a lot of people have said this before, and they get their BFNs, and it sucks, and AF comes, and it just sucks. And I know that if that happens, I will be crushed, and it will suck. And I am being realistic. I know that there's a possibility that it couldn't happen, but there's also a great possibility that it could. So I just want to err on the side of positivity this cycle, and give it all I've got. So that's what I'm doing. We use pre-seed. I know one of my viewers had questioned if we use pre-seed. We have been using pre-seed every cycle we've tried to conceive. We did use it the cycle that we did conceive. So again, I haven't found that it's like a miracle lubricant and we get pregnant when we use it, because we've used it throughout the past year and a half. So, and we have gotten pregnant on it, and we've also not gotten pregnant on it. So I think that it does help probably with creating a more suitable environment for the sperm to wait around, especially if your cervical mucus is lacking, or if you don't have that good quality cervical mucus. So I definitely think that you should give it a shot. We like it. I don't think my husband likes it as much, but it's for the cause. So anyway, that's my take on pre-seed. We are using OPKs, and again, you guys know and you've seen that I use the internet cheapies, and I also use the Clear Blue Digital to confirm. Those were actually recommended by my doctor's office to use, just so that you have clarification, so that you're not, confused with the lines, all of that mess. So I did use those, and like I told you, cycle day 16 and 17 I received a positive. Cycle day 17 was negative. We were timing our intercourse, and honestly, if this isn't our cycle, it's not for lack of that. It's not for lack of trying. And no, we weren't going crazy like every, twice a day or anything like that. We know what our doctor has recommended for us. We know my husband's sperm counts and his, his semen analysis. And so we are moving forward with that knowledge. And again, we're doing what we think that is going to be the most effective for us, and I think that we've really captured the timing this cycle. I mentioned that I was on 50 milligrams of Clomid from cycle days 5 through 9, also taking metformin 1,000 milligrams. This was my second cycle on Clomid, by the way. I've been doing the basal body temping for over a year now. Sometimes I get discouraged with it, like usually around this time after ovulation, and I don't see a super clear rise. I get a little frustrated, but I think my thermometer is being funky this month, which is not awesome. But I also got another thermometer, and it is showing a pretty good rise. Oh gosh, I probably don't have it. Oh, I do have it. Okay, so this is really silly, but I have a fertility friend that I use one thermometer on, and since I've got this new thermometer, during my lunch break today, I didn't have anything else to do, so I kind of mapped out what I kept my other thermometer measurements on, and that's what I got. So, is that backward for you guys? I think it might be backwards. I'm sorry. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Anyway, so, here were the days before ovulation, and then on cycle day 15, I did have a pretty significant dip, and then a clear rise afterward. So I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed. It's my artwork, guys. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that keeps going up, or I get an implantation dip or something. I'm not going to discuss symptoms because I hate trying to look into symptoms and feeling cramps and trying to press on my boobs and see if they hurt, and I do that. Trust me, I do that. I analyze it in my head, but I'm trying not to verbalize it because I know that so many of those symptoms can be from the hormones and from the, the medicines that I'm taking, and also from AF coming. So not going to try this time. What I'm doing not to go crazy during my 2-week wait. I have started a study with a couple of other couples from our church, and we were in a study last time together. They both have recently new babies. One of them is going to be a year old in a couple weeks. He's going to be a year old, and my other friend is a friend of mine whose baby is going to be, well, I guess he's like 3 or 4 months old. So June. Ooh, just kidding. 5 months old. Sorry. I guess he's about 4 to 5 months old. So that's been a little bit challenging, just with, having to be the only couple there without kids. And then, of course, they, have their kids there, and then, they do mommy talk and all of this stuff. So that has been a little bit difficult. But the study that we're doing, I just wanted to share with you guys, is on the Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. And we're only on day 7, I think. And it's really, really good, guys. It's really good. So that's what I'm doing during my 2-week wait to help, just kind of take my mind off of things. Day 4 is talking about made to last forever. And he's how God has planted eternity in the human heart. And I just wanted to read this to you because this is what really touched me. On day 30, or page 37, sorry, day 4. It says, when you fully comprehend that there is more to life than here and now, you realize that life is just preparation for eternity. You'll begin to live differently. You'll start living in the light of eternity, and that will color how you handle every relationship, task, and circumstance. Suddenly, many activities, goals, and even problems that seem so important will appear trivial, petty, and unworthy of your attention. The closer you live to God, the smaller everything else appears. And when you live in the light of eternity, your values change. I just love what it says about the closer you live to God, the smaller everything else appears, because I know that we are living in a society that is probably one of the most biblically illiterate societies in all of history, but yet we're the society that has the most resources at our fingertips, the most interpretations, the most printed copies, and so again, I'm terrible at it, you guys. I need to get so much better at just getting my word and studying and all of that, and memorizing scripture. So that's something that's, again, what I'm focusing on is, again, to help myself stay positive, I'm focusing on something that I know is bigger than me, and something that makes this all seem a little bit more bearable. So we are just super, super hoping for this cycle, my husband and I both. And when will I test? I have a progesterone blood draw and an ultrasound on this Friday at 8:30 in the morning, and that's an ultrasound to double check my ovaries to make sure they're not overstimulated, hyperstimulation, and also hopefully they'll be able to see a corpus luteum, which would indicate that I have ovulated. So keep your fingers crossed for me. Prayers, support, all of that is greatly appreciated. As far as when I will test for my BFP, I will be testing, again, I'm not sure what ovulation day I'm on, or what DPO I'm on right now. I think it's around day 3 or 4 maybe. If you count from Fridays, so if you count like starting, I guess, Saturday, I would be on day 3 or 3 DPO right now, which would put me December 7th being 12 DPO, which is not this coming Wednesday, but next Wednesday. I was originally going to wait until the 10th, which would be 15 DPO. We'll see. I never hold out for that long. So, and I hate to test during the week. I really, really hate to test during the week because it just gets me in a funk. And if it is a positive, I don't want to go to work. I want to celebrate. So, I will be telling my husband, obviously, before I put a video on here. But I also, it's going to be a little bit difficult. I do want to surprise him. It's going to be a little bit difficult to do a live test. I'd have to be really sneaky. My husband works from home, so usually I get up before him, and then he gets up, maybe 20 minutes or so after me, because I've got to get ready and everything. So I would have to be really sneaky about it, and maybe sneak test or something down to the downstairs and go out early. It might be a little suspicious. So I definitely want to, though, positive or negative, I definitely want to, and we'll just see how it plays out. So I'm really hoping, you guys, that this is our cycle, and I will keep you as posted as possible. I can't think of anything else. I was going to say something else, but I can't remember. So anyway, I'm just thinking about all of you girls who have gotten your BFPs. I made a post on my Facebook page, a status, just talking about how just learning about this community, how it is sometimes a little bit difficult for us who are trying to see the people get their BFPs, and we've all been there, and it can be a little bit difficult, especially because there are people in our community who have only been trying for such a short time, and which is wonderful for them. But again, for us who are struggling, it can be a little bit difficult. But at the same time, it is so heartwarming. It is so wonderful that we can share that joy with you. So I'm just so happy for some of the ladies out there who've gotten their BFPs. There are some of you in your 2-week waits who I'm thinking about you. I've got you in my mind. I don't want to list names because I don't want to leave anybody out. But you are in my mind. And those of you who are struggling with miscarriage or loss, or just infertility in general, I've also learned that even though it's really overwhelming and it's very sad, that I know that there's a reason for us in this community, and I know that when I hear of somebody miscarrying and I hear and I see their sadness, it just takes me back to where I was, and it takes me back to knowing what their road is going to be like, and it breaks my heart. And I just want to say that I am thinking about you and I'm praying for you. And when I say that I'm praying for you and thinking about you, I'm seriously, you are on my mind and you're on my heart. And, for those of you who are pregnant, even who are, waiting on nuchal translucency screenings and anatomy scans and the viability days, I cheer you guys on, and I just think about you, and I lift you up and I support you. So just all across the board, I think that this community is awesome, and I'm so grateful for it because I know that it's helped me so much, and knowing that I'm not alone in that, that none of us are alone in this. And if we can just continue to speak out and share our hearts, that this community will continue to thrive. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you so much again, and I look forward to hearing some positive news from you guys, and I also look forward to sharing hopefully our positive news here in the next week and a half or so. All right, thanks ladies. I hope you have a great night. Bye.